Alright, we're back in the garage of one dream. So, I'm gonna try... Actually, it's my goal, and it's gonna happen to bring this to UConn tomorrow. But, here's my only problem. No fun. So, I don't have another set of, like, regular wheels. But I do have a set of 11s over here with 315 drag radials on them. They're DOT legal, so they're gonna go on the back. Yeah, I'm gonna put the back wheels on the front. The back wheels are stock or wider than the front wheels are, so we'll see how that fits. Maybe it'll just stick out a little better, have better fitment probably, so that'll look cool at least. And I already checked it's not gonna rain, so I don't have to worry about slipping, hopefully. So that's the plan. Then I'm gonna get this thing cleaned up, probably wax it. Here's another fun thing I found. So here's my Harbor Freight jack that belongs to my house because it's not a Low Pro and it fits under that thing. But people that aren't as responsible as me use this as well. So if you own a Harbor Freight jack, you know the struggle of this bolt that you take out so you can take the handle out. But people tend to forget to put this bolt back in. And then when you're trying to pull the jack out from underneath the car, it pops out and then shoots back up. And then you'll never have enough torque or leverage to get this back down to put the handle back in. So you're gonna be kind of screwed. But I just dug around in my garage and found a bolt that'll fit the threads. And the only thing I have to do is take this to the grinder and hopefully not fuck up the threads enough so that it'll thread in. I have to chamfer the end so it'll go against the ridge on the end here and hold the handle in the jack. So I'm gonna do that to make my life easier. I actually found a nut that'll fit on here, so now I can fix the threads when I fuck them up on purpose. After some more fabrication, I think it finally is ready to go. Cool. I can still rotate it, can still go up and down. Awesome. Now it won't come apart. Cool. First thing I'm gonna do is put in some air in this tire so I can roll it off this block of wood without worrying about damaging this rim even worse. I love it. Now I'm gonna roll it out of the garage so I can work on it. Alright, so I got the car supported with jack stands. Always want to use jack stands when you're working the car. This is fucking heavy. So now I'm going to take the wheels off. Don't mind all the shit on them, it's just from them leaning against the wall. These are my fucking Hurst 20 by 11s with a Nitto NT05 radio on it, 315 wide. Yeah, it's a big bastard. If you remember back to the J-pipe dingle pipe episode a long time ago, when I put these J-pipes on where they meet the resonator here, we just use those stupid fucking AutoZone U-bolt clamps. And I had doubts, and my doubts were confirmed, because that is not an entire whole exhaust. I noticed because I heard it start leak very slightly, and then scraping up and down the driveway did not help. So I picked up some band clamps like you're supposed to use that cover the entire thing, and I'm gonna put this together right. So first I'm gonna take off the U-bolt clamps. Easy enough. Alright, the garbage ones are out. These things are my favorite. Because I used them up front on the cats, and they don't leak whatsoever. I'm gonna be so happy to drive around with a not leaking exhaust. It's just the most satisfying thing after having listened to that little tit for however long you had it exhaust leak. Huh. Well, I think they lied when they said this was a 2.5-inch clamp. Looks like I'm gonna be making my trip to Advanced even sooner than I had hoped. See, that's more like it. This is the right part. This is not. Fucking AutoZone, Advanced or whatever. They all suck. No one can send me the right part ever, even if I go and buy it myself. Those are these are the same box, same part number. They both say 2.5 stainless cleat. Motherfuckers. Alright, I got the new band clamps just started on there. And I got the jack to lift up the exhaust to where it should be before I clamp them down. Make them tight so they stay. So it's just what I'm checking now, the height, to make sure it's good. Because before, if the exhaust is too low, it just hangs on this cross brace. It just lays it on it, and then it rattles, and it's really annoying. Alright, I got the new band clamps impacted on there. See, they kind of take form to where the flange is on the pipes. So that's cool. That one's probably gonna need some more torquing. Got a big lump on that side. Yep, so I'll get that a little better seated, and then I'll start up and see how it sounds. See if it'll start. It's only got 10 volts on the battery. It's been sitting for months. We'll figure it out though. Something else I'm gonna fix before I start it. People called it the PCV line, this one right here, that did just melt and get shitty and bent itself with heat. I just couldn't get my hands on a PCV hose, but I finally did. Just because every time you ask for it, they don't really know what that means. So you just have to say fuel hose, because they're pretty, well, advanced, but advanced. Anyway, so I'm gonna replace this hose with this and make it look nicer. I should probably explain what PCV hose and what I'm doing is. Alright, so PCV, or positive crankcase ventilation, is something you have to deal with when you have a boosted car. Because now you have, in your valve case, over here, and on the other side, you now have pressure that you would normally not have, excess pressure because of your boost. So what happens is normally what your car does, like with this plastic breather line, normally be another one that goes from this point behind here on the throttle body to the other side of the engine's back of the crankcase, and that just vents like the pressure back out of the crankcase and back into the intake. But the problem when you have boost is you have more pressure and it forces the oil with the air, so you get blow by, what it's called, and that can, like, it's just not great to have in your engine. It's oily air that gets combusted, and it just burns kind of grosser. So what you take is a catch can, which all it does is just have air in and air out, and the oil or air mixture stays in the can itself, and it keeps it out of your intake. So this hose goes to the other side of my crankcase, and this hose that I'm putting on now is going to go to the other side of the intake, or it goes right behind the throttle body rather. And this right here, it's a poor spot for a splice, but there's also a check valve on this, so that when you're boosting, boost going into your intake manifold isn't blowing backwards and into the crankcase. You're only blowing air, well, you're rather sucking air into the intake this way, one-way check valve. So that's what this is for. So I'm going to reroute this hose that I just got. I got rid of the shitty hose. Hose clamp over it. And make sure when you run hoses that carry air through them, you don't kink them to an angle where the air won't flow. I hear a tractor going by. Yep, Honda. Alright. Then try and route it so it's away from heat, sort of. Try your best to. So I'm going to do the line like that so it stays away from the header. I probably could have gone in front here. Actually, I'm going to. Alright, so here's just one more explanation of what PCV is. Right here, this little barb that sticks out of the back of your crankcase goes into the catch can, and you can see the level of, that's like what the color of the stuff is. It's oil and air, so it's like this yellowish brownish mix. It's really gross. And then you have your out. There's not really a check, there's no airflow in here, so that doesn't matter. It's in and out, and then back into your throttle body with a check valve. See how she sounds after a couple months. Looks like I'm gonna have to give it a little bit of juice before we'll do that. Alright, here's how you jumpstart a car that needs a lot more power than your stock V6 at idle can give out, and you only have yourself to do it with. Now this doesn't sound like it's idling, because I stuck a pipe between the seat and the gas pedal. That hopefully will be enough to start this. Let me see what the battery's at. We got 12 volts, so we'll give it a shot. Alright, so my rear wheels, stock rear wheels over here, despite what the internet says, do not fit on the front. Like, they'll bolt up and everything, but then the bottom of the strut top hits the tire when you lower it down, so that's no good. So I ended up just going to get new tires mounted for my front wheels, and I'm just giving her a quick wax. One layer wax, and then I'm gonna throw a layer of polish on after. Already looks fucking great on the back though. So that's where I am now. Alright, just got back from town fair. Got some new, exactly what I have in the back actually. So now I just have them on the front and back. These General G-Max. They're pretty good. They're not Y rated, but as long as I don't go over 168, I'm pretty good. And I haven't gotten that fast yet. Been pretty close, but not that fast. So, get thrown on the front, not very wide. I saved the Pirellis mainly because I didn't want them to charge me an extra 15 per tire. Hopefully someday I can find some 20-inch steelies or something stupid and put these Pirellis on them and burn them off. There it is. That's dick, right? And these aren't even that dead. They're just a little, like, I'd say understeer worn from me trying to drift. With my, yeah. Yeah, popped through pretty good. That sucks. I'll throw these on. And I'm all done with the wax. It looks fucking beautiful. It's like a goddamn mirror. So next I'm gonna clean up under the hood. I don't know what I'm gonna do about where the mouse ate all the firewall insulation off. But it just looks gross. I wish I could spray paint it or something. Oh well. Give my wheels a quick little wash with a little kind of soap to just get the dirt off of them. Not gonna clean the curb rash off, but blame the cop who had that car before me. So, alright, so she's looking pretty good. You can see all my horsepower I'm cleaning out right here. Just a little bit of horsepower sweat. Need to clean it up. Yeah, I'm doing more dirty things to my car. Clean out the tailpipes, man. So they can get dirty again.